Ladies and gentlemen, friends, enemies, relatives, how you doing today? I'm David Sparks, and I welcome you back to the David Sparks Show. Available at thedavidsparks.com, of course, and if you go there, you can check the Facebook, find me on Twitter. I got a YouTube channel. We're on broadcasting on the TYT Nation. I appreciate everyone there. But let's get back to something. I'm going to take us back a week into the past. Yeah, I know. The 24/7 cable sphere doesn't operate that way, Dave. Well, sometimes I do because I get to view things and sit back and think on them, and then I'm going to comment on them, and this is one of them times. And the Truckers for Freedom. The Truckers for Freedom March. I watched a clip where a couple of the organizers for this truckers rally were... they were in D.C. protesting, and after watching this clip, it was on RT News last week with one of the guys who were, or actually a couple of the guys who were there and organizing it and pumping this thing up. I'm trying to figure out, after watching this, and I'm going to show some of these clips, what do these guys want? This has got to be the most ambiguous couple of guys I've ever run across in any kind of political demonstration.
Is General Ernest Lee Drive, coordinator for the Ride for the Constitution, and Mike Bethloy. He's a trucker, and both of them took part in the rally over this weekend. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. So, from a trucker's point of view, let's start with you, Ernest. What happened? What was the point of this rally?
What was the purpose? Let me just focus on yesterday. Yesterday, because Friday and Saturday are complicated, long, hard to understand, really, lots of different issues. Saturday was nothing but for support of our veterans in protest of all these barricades that are put up everywhere in our national parks, especially blocking out our World War II veterans. This president has gone way too far, way out of bounds. And I issued him a personal warning in a Facebook post last night about midnight.
Isn't issuing a personal warning to the president on your Facebook wall kind of like leaving a message for the mayor on the bathroom stall door of the local saloon?
So what are the goals of your group? What are the goals that you are trying to push forward moving beyond, Mike?
Bring back America.
Bring back America. There's another thing. What exactly are we going to bring? What is this America that we're bringing back? What does it involve? Is it a stylistic bringing back? Is it American culture? Is it the food system? I would love to see the food system of old compared to the agro system, corporate agro system of now. But what is it? I mean, once again, we're going to bring back. Are we going to bring back slavery America? Are we going to bring back like genocide of the Indians America? Child labor America, Jim Crow America, Japanese internment, black people sterilized America. What is this wonderland America that I keep hearing from the same type of people all the time? Where is this wonderland that you speak of taking, going back, taking back America? Getting our America back, or bring it back. What is it? Be specific, not just bring back America. Because, if you just say that, then you obviously, if you actually mean that's the only way that you understand bringing back America, then we can't even have a discussion because there's, America is a multifaceted and complex beast.
In what way?
For one, we need to refresh our government, for one. We need to get those that are following the Constitution, the original standards set by our forefathers, and bring them back. Now, unless we do that, we're just going to end up like any other democracy in history, and we're just going to fold.
But exactly what do they want? I have no idea other than a broad idea of getting back to the Constitution. Well, I happen to have one of those right here, and there's a lot of text in the Constitution, and a lot of different amendments and different subjects. It's got a whole index thing. So I think We need to really start talking about what exactly in the Constitution are we talking about here? This is like this constant cry of the liberty movement in the United States, the freedom movement, the conservative movement, is we got to get back to the Constitution. But that doesn't really help me because the Constitution covers a lot of subjects, and so we need to talk about exactly which subject, we got things like jury trials, liquor, men, militia, money, national debt, naturalization, Navy, oath of these. I'm skipping through here. Persons, we got all kinds. At least probably 100 different topics. And getting back to the Constitution doesn't really cut it. We need to talk about what part of the like an intelligent people. Okay, I don't want to get into bringing these guys down, because I do appreciate anytime people are fervent enough, to get involved in the political process and speak their mind, speak their will. But what exactly in the Constitution are we talking about? What verbiage in the Constitution? What exactly our government officials are doing to subvert the Constitution or not follow the Constitution? We need to lay all these things out. Because until then, broad memes of, it's against the Constitution, they need to get back to the Constitution. Well, let's talk about the Constitution, but let's talk about it in terms of the actual Constitution. Not just, we need to get back to the Constitution. Because, there's a lot of stuff in the Constitution that it makes a lot of sense. And, policies and laws actually are subject to the Constitution as interpreted by the Supreme Court. And there's a whole other topic that we won't get into addressing, and who gets into the Supreme Court and how money affects this and that and political parties and yada, yada, yada. But let's have an intelligent conversation about the Constitution. If it's a problem that you think that the officials are not holding the Constitution, let's talk about specifics.
Ernest, how do you see us bringing back those constitutional rights?
The constitutional rights, this government, what has happened progressively over the last 100 years is an agenda has been advanced at bigger and bigger government in this country, taking away the rights, the freedoms, and everything guaranteed to us in the Constitution.
But what rights are you talking about? Now, we can get into a lot of specifics on rights. Now, I would agree with a lot of my libertarian brethren out there that the war on drugs is a complete abrogation of freedom, rights, a reason to stomp on Fourth Amendment rights, all kind of bad thing. Nothing good coming from it.
You guys say that you support the Constitution.
Yes, we do.
However, this wasn't constitutionally upheld. It was upheld by the Supreme Court, voted on. So how can we say that we support the Constitution if we are against Obamacare, which has been supported?
Well, it's been supported by the Supreme Court. The decision reached by the Supreme Court
It was also passed by Congress.
Well, it was passed by a democratically controlled Congress.
Of course, because only one side of the majority could ever do good. If the Democrats make any law whatsoever, it can't be good. Only the Republicans could make good law.
And President Obama was also reelected on this.
Well, I understand that, and I tell you what, it will be the destruction of the nation. It will be. The people will not stand for it.
The people won't stand for it. Last I looked, there was like 470,000 people who have already signed up for it. I think you're wrong about the people won't stand for it. The people will sit down on their butts for it and get on their laptop and order it.
And I know everybody is saying all these things. It's the law. You know what else was law? Slavery was once law.
Slavery? Really? You just compared get health insurance with the forced enslavement of human beings.
And apparently that bad law is worth shutting down the government for. General Ernest Lee Drive, coordinator of the Ride for the Constitution, and trucker Mike Bethy. Thank you so much for joining me. Bethway.
And if the law is so bad, General, you need to get out there and get people elected who will change it. That's it. This whole Obamacare thing, and they're still going on about it. And we're probably going to deal with it in about 3 months. Well, who knows what kind of silliness they've got up their sleeves and are planning right at this moment to start a bunch of mess. Anyway, I'm Dave Sparks. Thank you very much for watching today and every time you watch. Thank you, TYT Nation. Check me out on Twitter. Check me out on Facebook. Check me out on YouTube. We're all those places and more, and at thedavidsparks.com. Thanks, everyone. More coming soon. Silence.